you. All right, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Truth Podcast. Today, I wanted to bring on one of my home dogs, my brother from another mother, homie, Dominic Dominguez, bro. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, bro.
I appreciate you, brother, for sacrificing your Saturday morning with me. We'll sit down, have a little conversation. We're here at the Southside Library. Got a little room for us and everything. It's free. It's cool, you know. And then shout out to Life Water one time, you know, shout out to them. You already know, I've been drinking this stuff since high school. It's cool. Okay, but on a serious note, who is Dominic Dominguez today, and how old are you? Kind of give the people that do not know you. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Dom Dominguez. I'm 20 years old. Grew up on the South Side. You know, I'm Hispanic. Whatever. Just kind of just chilling, man. Just a kid out here, just trying to do something, you know, but not rushing nothing. You know what I mean? That's basically it. I've been knowing Nico for since
probably like sixth grade. Yeah. Played baseball together back in the day.
Yeah, me and Nico always just been kicking it. It's cool. That's the overview right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So like, obviously, like, we played baseball together and stuff, and that was kind of like the thing that me and you both were like trying to get on. Like, that was kind of like the thing way back in the day, and it's kind of crazy to see like how different everything is now. I remember you were like, you sticked with it like through high school and everything. I was kind of like iffy about it, but what do you feel like is like the biggest lesson that you learned like through baseball and like through sports and everything like that?
Through sports, man.
Because you feel like that was like one of your biggest things in life, right?
In high school, that was my thing. That's that's what you would hear about me for, nothing else. But biggest lesson would be just fucking, I don't know, probably just persevere through, anything, the tribulations and whatever, all that stuff, and like take care of yourself. And it plays a big part, regardless if it's playing sports or just fucking it's you're out and about, just living, you're doing your random things. But it's just enjoy it, you know what I mean? I don't know how you feel about baseball.
Yeah, I feel like baseball and just like sports in general at Lincoln, like it was a little hectic, like in just every aspect. Like I feel like we always had coaching staff changes. We always had people getting hurt and injuries, and like people weren't taking care of themselves. People getting busted for drugs. People everything was just, it was just all over the place. And that definitely made kind of going through adversity, like that was like one of my biggest takeaways from that. I feel like
it was the norm.
And I feel like it was good to like learn that, even though like at the time it was like that was all we knew was like sports. It was like sports was the life, and then it was like that was the ticket out.
There wasn't anything else to do, bro. Like
we grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, so like
we were in high school. What are we gonna do? Go to a house party? But there was nothing, no house parties or nothing. So it was like fuck. It was just play sports every day,
especially until you could like drive too, like until you had a car and everything. It was like
everything was just shot, you know. But it was honestly like it was a good time playing. Even though we played for Lincoln, no bashing on Lincoln, but it was just not comparable to like some of the other schools that we were with. We could have been better, and the reason we weren't is because we had all, like you said, we had all those fucking changes. But I probably had in baseball we had 3 different coaches
in like a year. Like it was like what?
Football freshman year we had
6 coaches in a year.
Our freshman year, bro. Like how?
Like 6 different staffs of coaches.
How are you gonna start a program? And like keep a consistent program, keep up with these other schools. Whatever, having shit like that happen. But it's whatever now, I guess.
Well, I feel like the only sport that I really like enjoyed in that, that I feel like had it together, and you had it for senior year, was track. Like I think that our track team was like the best one that we had.
Bro, like even though I only did track for 2 years, bro, and I played baseball and football like for so much longer, I had a blast.
Bro, track was like, it was so dope. I don't know what it was. It was just like, the environment, the atmosphere, just absolutely everything. The coaching staff was awesome too. Like I mean, we we hustled and we grinded for what we got, and we're like one of the best track teams in the state. So like that shows,
Yeah.
And like I always remember like going to the meets and everything, and like when we would win a meet, that was just like that was the best time ever, man. Like we'd all just like take a victory lap and like all that stuff. It was just so dope.
It was crazy because like I would never would have saw myself doing anything track related. I was like, I'm gonna just play football and baseball, and that's just gonna be me. And then I failed a class, and I was like, fuck, dude, what do? I didn't even play baseball. I'll go off for track, whatever. Kind of got into it just fucking around. I didn't really care about it. And then like, I was like a month in. I was like, this shit's kind of dope. I started throwing shot put. I'm like, I'm liking it. Because I had started out, I wanted to sprint. I'm just gonna sprint. I was like, this shit sucks.
Yeah, it was like so.
I just want to go.
Those workouts, man. Those things are terrible, bro.
Like, I'm gonna go down with the shot putters and just kick it because they don't do shit. And I was like, man, it's kind of dope. I was just getting the hang
throwing a
of it.
big old metal ball, throw the disc if you wanted to. It was cool. Yeah. But I know that you. So back when we were piggybacking kind of off of like the high school sports thing, I know that senior year you had the idea to go to Simpson, correct? You had the idea to go to Simpson. You didn't like sign with them, did you? But like you verbally committed to play baseball for them, right? And then you decided like last minute that Simpson wasn't for you, and then you decided to go to Kirkwood, and then that's how we ended up rooming together and all that stuff, right? So like tell kind of like what was your experience with that? Like what kind of stemmed that like at the last minute for you to make that change?
If obviously but people, who watch him, whatever. One of my good homies, Hunter Lee. Well, he's a pitcher over at Iowa now. But he was over at Kirkwood, and Simpson had offered me an X amount of money to go to school and play baseball there and all this stuff or whatever. I don't know if it was for baseball. I don't know how D3 colleges do it. But I was gonna go there, and I started seeing certain things about the program and certain things about the school I didn't like, and I was like, it's $55,000 a year. I didn't get a full. They're not gonna pay for it all. There's only so much scholarship they can give me. So then I was like, look, I could go to Kirkwood where it's more of a prestigious, better school to play baseball at. They're going to grind me out. 2 years, it's what, $1,500 a semester?
It's not that bad.
I was like, I'm going to go there. Boom. So I cut. I wasn't enrolled, but it was like this thing where it was like almost like a pre-enrolled. So I did that and enrolled at Kirkwood. With no contact with any of the coaching staff there or anything. I was just going to, it was literally like a drop of the hat situation. I was like, fuck it, I might just do this. No contact with the coaches. I'm going to fucking wing it. Whatever will happen. And then kind of towards in the summertime when I started playing baseball, I was still in high school and whatever. I was in baseball season. I kind of started losing the love I had for baseball. I just stopped. It wasn't like I stopped caring. I was just doing whatever. I started partying, whatever. Just having a good old time. So then time comes and I get to Kirkwood and tryouts are there and just messed up. I didn't train at all during the summer. So I got to Kirkwood and I didn't make the team. And so, but I mean, it's all an experience. You know what I mean? I don't really care too much about it now. I could go back and try to play baseball again if I really, really wanted to.
Exactly.
But it's not just the way the cookie crumbles. It's not my thing no more.
Everything happens for a reason, man.
Same. I feel the same way.
Yep. And then we'll kind of dive into it, but you probably wouldn't be doing the things that you're doing now. You just wouldn't be doing that because
that's the blessing in the troubles. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of people.
It's that blessing in disguise, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people love to just hang their heads over the negativity and the bad shit that happens. You know what I mean? You gotta just smile and just keep going, man. Like it's not that bad. There ain't
bro,
too much bad
could
shit
always be
happen.
worse.
Yeah.
It could always be worse. That's kind of like what I tell myself. You just gotta look
for that. That it's as corny as it sounds. That diamond in the rubble. You know what I mean? No matter what happens. Because
I saw like a picture on Instagram yesterday. I can't remember who posted it, but it was a picture of like these two miners, right? It's like, you know what a miner is, like the people that like way back in the day had the pickaxes and they were like mining for gold and all that stuff. Yeah, so there was one guy was like at the end of the screen and there was these diamonds like right here, right? And he was like literally like a sliver like left away from getting it.
Yeah, I know
and then there was a guy above him that was like 10 feet back, whatever, and the diamonds were way at the end of the page, like same thing. And the caption was like, don't quit, just keep going, because you never know how close you are from like your life changing or whatever. So you know, I think that like that's the same kind of thing. It's like, you know, you gotta learn to keep going, you gotta learn to persevere, you gotta go through it until, you know, your mind's telling you to stop, but like keep pushing a little bit more, because you never know when your life could honestly change in a day.
Mental toughness, bro. People don't have it no more.
Everybody's coming soft, man.
First little inconvenience that happens to them, bro, it's just they shut down, you know. And it's not generally speaking, because fuck, you could be, you know, most of the people out there have the strongest minds ever, you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, what I've seen, so much people just shut down. Something bad happens, shut down. They don't know how to deal with it or cope with it or whatever. It's like, come on, man.
Bro, you gotta learn to just go through the motions and just keep pushing. Like, you just gotta do that,
bro. Just keep chilling, you know, whatever. The path right here wasn't working, so we'll go here. Fuck it, we'll try this out. Once that path is whatever, we'll go over here.
Figure it out, man. Like, it's not, I don't know. I think that, like you said, there's a lot of people that they've never gone through anything traumatic or anything, and then one little bad thing happens and they're like, okay, this is it for me. Like, I don't know where to go from here. And it's like, it's cool to like take that moment to reflect and just to figure it out. And then, but after, like, I kind of give myself like a 15-minute grace period type thing. It's like, you know, I can think about this for like 15 minutes, whatever. And then after that, it's like, gotta move on to the next thing. So or like take the night to think about it, you know, next day gotta get up and gotta go and get after it, because like nobody's gonna wait for you, and like that's not how the world works. So you know, you gotta figure it out by yourself. Like, nobody's holding your hand to get through life anymore. Like, nobody's gonna do that for you.
That's for sure, bro. Shit, I've learned that, you know what I mean, quick. But sometimes it's not even people's fault, you know. It's just, you can't help it if they never had to do with shit in their life. And then here comes an inconvenience, so bye-bye, you know.
It's a tough thing, man. Like, growing old, it's tough, man. And I think that, you know, after high school, you especially learn it, because, like, there's a lot of people that, you know, are in different stages of their lives right now. Like, especially, like, we're all, like, 20, 19 years old, but with the people that we graduated with, and there's a lot of people that are going to college. There's a lot of people that aren't. There's a lot of people that are working. There's a lot of people that aren't working. There's a lot of people that are having kids, that are getting married. Like, it's so crazy, like, how everything kind of works, man. But I think
it's just life, dog. You know, you graduate high school, and that's when just, you know, people don't think, but that's when life starts. You know what I mean?
Because your life could change in a year. Like, that's the biggest, like, cliche saying, but, like, your life literally can change in a year.
All you young viewers out there, whoever watches this and still in high school, cherish every little minute about it. But, I mean, I really don't miss high school too much.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, I miss kind of being around, like, everybody you know,
that's
like, just everybody being under one roof. That was cool, man, you know.
Being able to see your friends all the time and having no worries about nothing.
Yeah,
you know
but college is, like, cool, too, because it's, like, you know, you get to go out and, like, experience other people and stuff. I guess it depends on, like, what environment you go to. Like, versus, like, you know, Kirkwood, it's, like, there's a lot of, like, people that just aren't, they're not Des Moines kids, and they're not like the people that we typically would surround ourselves with, and you know, that's cool. But
that's honestly one of the things I didn't like about Kirkwood. But I mean, it was cool to see all these different people. But it's just, I didn't really care for interacting with all
Well, and then
of them.
I think that the community college thing is like different from a university too, because it's like everything's just a little bit different. Like, I don't know what it is. I think that you know, when you go to, like, Iowa, when we would go over to Iowa and stuff, you know, everybody would just kind of be talking to each other. And then Kirkwood, everybody just kind of zoned in. It was kind of like high school. Like,
everybody's there to just do their shit and balance, bro. Like, nobody wants to be there for more than 2 years.
Yeah, it's weird, man. And, like, I don't know. College is, like, weird, too, because, like, there's a lot of people in my classes that, you know, have been going to Kirkwood for like more than 2 years, and I'm like, wow, like there's really people that are here like that are in like their 30s, 40s, like it's so crazy. Like I don't know.
It's cool though, because I mean, at least they're trying to do something.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Making
that investment in yourself.
Yeah,
because
you never know what they had to deal with when they were 20, 19, you know, that time where they should have been going to college. You don't know what the fuck happened. So at least they're now.
Bro, and then like being 18 and like figuring out what your life needs to be like at that age, like there's no way. There's no
That's
way.
Probably the biggest. Like
everybody's guessing.
Yeah.
Everybody's guessing.
Guessing
like I feel like I've been
bro.
guessing like the entire time. You know, I feel like I've got a good like handle on things, but I definitely haven't been through like a lot of things that other people have been through.
That's the biggest mistake that I made when I first graduated. I was like, all right, I gotta figure all this shit out. But shit, and that's what it's forced upon us. You know what I mean? By social media, all that shit you see on Twitter and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to figure shit out right now, man. You can just kick it.
It is okay.
At least you got, at least the way I mean, this is the way I see it. I don't know. At least you're getting some money or you're going to school. You don't got to figure out shit right now. You're young as hell.
Yep. Exactly.
Just go to, do your thing, figure out, kind of get the basement started. You don't got to build the roof right away.
Yeah. And I think that it's tough too, like for the people that are older in college, you know, because it's like, I feel like if I'm not gonna go now to college, I'm not gonna go. Like I'm not gonna go like later in my life. And I think that, you know, when I see those people that are older in my classes, I'm like, you know, I respect that, because it's like, okay, there are people that like, you know, that is like really hard, because it's like that's not the social norm thing to do. Like you're not supposed to be like 40 and like going to college. Like that's typically like not what you see. So it's like typically like people around my age, but you know, it's not always like that. And I think that, you know, there are people that figure stuff out like in different stages of their life, and that's totally okay, you know. I think that
like I have an example, because I mean I was a little close-minded about it, about older people in college and whatever. But when I was here in DMAC, I had a class that I was taking, whatever, and we had an introduction day. You know, everybody was like, my name's da-da-da-da, I'm, you know, so-and-so age. This guy, he's like, you know, my name is Woo, and I'm 37. And I was like, what? You know, he's 37. And then I don't know, I think we got partnered up in something. We started talking, and he was like, yeah, I was in the military for, you know, so-and-so years. I've been deployed out to Iraq and Afghanistan. I was like, oh, shit, you know, that's why you're, you know,
that's
going to
real life shit right
like,
there.
That's respectable, you know. Now you're going to school and trying to figure out what the fuck you're going to do and get a career. It's just, the shit's cool, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know, I think that there are like a lot of people that, you know, college is like that thing where you meet all these people that have different stories than what you're used to. It's not like your typical high school friends and everything. And I think that, you know, that's the time. Like college is like a great place to like network with people, and like because it's like everybody there is like trying to be somebody and is trying to do their thing to become the next Bill Gates or whatever, you know. And it's like, you know, you got to figure it out, and you got to talk to those people. Like, don't think of them as just random people or strangers or anything.
So
you know,
because bro, you never know. That person that's sitting down the fucking desk from you, 4 desks down, could be your next future business partner in the next 13 years. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
Like,
you guys could be running a multi-million-dollar company.
Make those relationships, bro. Like, that's all that.
You never, you know, as simple as like, it doesn't even, and you know, I might just be talking too big, but you don't even need to be a, you know, business partner or whatever. It could be, hey, you met this guy. He needs help doing this,
or needs like investment money, needs this, that, like
something, or even something little, you know.
And then that can change the course of your life.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Change the course of your life, bro. Like it's crazy, like how that works.
And like I have firsthand experience, you know, with the what can come out of just meeting and having a 5-10 minute conversation with somebody, you know, or just meeting some random person that you've never even thought you were ever gonna meet.
Exactly. Tell me like how. So, kind of piggybacking off of that, you have recently got into the stock trades and like all that stuff. So, like, how do you feel like? Do you feel like you talk to somebody to get on with that, and then you know that kind of just spiraled, and then kind of give people some little nuggets on like how that's been going for you? And
I'm just gonna give a little feedback onto what It is. I did exactly because it's not it's not really stocks. It's so it's called foreign currency. The foreign currency exchange. So what you're doing is you're basically betting on two different currency pairs. So like let's say U.S. dollar to Mexican peso. So you're essentially betting whether, this is for example, whether you're gonna bet that the Mexican dollar is gonna be stronger than the U.S. dollar. So that the U.S. dollar is gonna go up. I think. Yeah, that the U.S. dollar is going to be stronger, so you're going to bet that it's going to go up.
Yeah.
The Mexican dollar is going to be low or not as strong, it's going to go down.
Okay.
So you're just betting whether it's going to go down. And this is like a market that you literally watch by minutes and just keep your eyes on it. Because with the stocks, you let it ride and sit. But you're watching this, boom, boom, boom. This is day thing. It's a...
It's like the day trading, right? Like that's what they call it.
It's a... $4.1 billion a day business or industry.
It's so crazy.
Compared to the stocks, 40.6 million, I think, around there a day.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man.
It's real. You can bet whatever you want, 10 cents, and per each movement, you make that money, or per each movement, in the opposite way, you lose that money. But I got into it, actually, like I first learned about it when I came back from Kirkwood last year, probably November, around there. I started working at Aspen, and a lot of my coworkers that were doing it, like it was big there, because some people that were real big about it with this company were teaching and mentoring people here, so a lot of people got into it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. They wanted me to get into this company with them, trade under this company or whatever, because sign up $150 a month.
You get like an extra amount for signing somebody up.
Yeah, you sign up $150 a month and you get these free trades a month, right? Or you get these free trades, if you're signed up as a member. Free trades, I was like, that's kind of, I don't know if I really want to do that. I don't want to pay $150 a month to learn this, or to just get these trades and not even learn it. And plus, like, you can waive that $150 a month if you sign 2 people up underneath you. And then you start making money about those people below you. So it's like, fuck that. I don't want to be in a pyramid scheme. That's just stupid. So I didn't do anything with it, and it just, I forgot about it, whatever. And then let's fast forward about 4 or 5 months, and I'm working at Complete Nutrition. Remember when I was working there?
Yep.
So I got involved with this guy that worked there. We'll talk about that later, about that one business. But I got kind of involved. I became real good friends with him. And during the summer, he's like, hey, you ever heard of Forex? I was like, hell yeah, And we started talking about it. He started doing it. And he did it with that company that I was telling you about. Yeah, but I wasn't doing it yet. So then let's fast forward past the summer. It's about August, around there, end of August. I link up with him. I'm like, because he found... So we started talking, and he starts telling me about that company. He's like, dude, this shit, it was horrible. The trades that they would give us out, the free trades that it was on this app, were horrible. I would lose $40-$30 every time. So he said he found this guy, this mentor out of Arizona, and that is giving out free trades, just free trades, free signals they're called, free, and it's making people thousands and thousands of dollars a day, bro. He's like, come hop on it, we'll get started. So, started messing with it a little bit. I took probably about a good amount of money in losses, bro. But I started practicing, I started learning it. Actually, because this guy would teach you. Then he started his actual company to teach people, to send you videos, free trades all day. And, like, this guy's actually making you money. And it was only like $100 a month. Or $100 one time.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Free for life.
And then you just figure it out, and then if you takes off, it takes off.
You start learning off of him, and this guy's, he's only been doing it for 2 years, and he knows what he's talking about. So then, I started doing it, took some losses. It was a rough start. I took a lot of losses. And then I started kind of getting the hang of it. Me and my buddy, I was up till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning trading, bro. Like, I wanted this shit bad. Because I'm seeing all these guys because we had a big old group, probably 120 people that were just group of friends just trading. We were all just on this chat talking, trading and stuff, and I'm seeing all these guys, like, man, making thousands and thousands of dollars a day, bro. And I'm like, man, I want that. I'm trying to get there. So I was just learning. I took so much time to learn that. And then I didn't really have too much time to work on that. So then I stopped for like a week, got back into it, and that's when they started flowing.
Damn.
That's when I told you, you know,
Yep.
what happened with everything, you know. So then I came up big, and so then we had some more in the group. We had some losses, so I was like, you know, I don't want to risk, you know, too much. So I stepped away from it and started making money, you know, working for make some more money. So I really haven't touched it in a while, but I think I'm gonna get back into it.
Yeah,
come here in 2019.
That's good, man. That's good. You know, it's like a little bit of side money. Doesn't ever hurt
I mean,
anybody.
like even if you make, because I mean, obviously, if anybody that's starting out, you know, hit me up. I'll
absolutely, hit him up, man. Hit up.
I'll help you all out. I'll get y'all started with my mentor. But yeah, my mentor, he's out in Arizona. My buddy, he's still doing it. He's having a good time right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I want to hop back into it in 2019.
Yeah.
But you know, it's scary. You can lose. I lost about, I'm not gonna say exact, but lost, let's say $200 in about a couple seconds one time. Man, I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry like a little baby.
It stings, man.
But
especially when you don't have a ton of money coming in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it was kind of hard at the beginning. You know, if you're gonna do this, you know, anybody,
you gotta be willing to put up some bread.
You gotta be willing to lose somebody to eventually make some. Because this return rate is like I said, it's a, you know, $40 billion a day business, man, industry. Like, there's so much money in this.
Yeah. And
if you got fucking 4 or 5 hours out of your day where you're not doing shit, why not just hop on a computer or your phone and
type it away, bro,
and just try to make $10, $15 real quick.
Like, start off small, man. I think that, you know, there's ways to make money, like, in every way, shape, or form.
We've talked about this, you know. If you were here and you say that you can't make any money, you are looking at things the wrong way, man. Say, especially living out here in Des Moines, you can do anything and make some money.
Well, and that's the thing we were talking about earlier before we started the podcast, was just like, you know, there's a lot of people that do want to move and everything, and I've talked about this in podcasts and stuff, but there's a lot of people that want to move somewhere and go and do the same thing that is out, like in California or in New York or whatever, right? But there's a lot of money to be made right here because like we don't have access to it. So people want the things that they go when they go on vacation and they see in California and everything, they want that to come back home to here, and then that's where money comes in. So like, you know, there's that I'm drawing a blank on what the name is, but it's that, oh man, it's the acai bowl place that's like out in West Des Moines or something. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so like they acai bowls like aren't really popping like here. But really? Yeah, like, well, they are popping here now because like there wasn't a place for it. There wasn't a place for it though, and like people love to eat clean and everything now. Like that's kind of the thing. But like that business out in California is thriving. Like that's the thing. But like if you were to go to California and you started a business there with the acai bowls, it's like, okay, you're kind of like, just there's a ton of competition out there for it, and then versus like now, like bringing it back to Des Moines, like they're like one of the only shops that sell it, so it's like there's a ton of money to be made in it because people want that. There's a demand for it here, so you know, I don't understand like why people would want to move away when, like, you know, and do something that everybody is kind of already doing out there. You know, I think that it's cool for you to just stay where you're at and just figure it out. Like, you know, you just got to network and figure it out.
Man, there's no hate to give, you know, to the people that want to move out of Des Moines or whatever. You know, if you want to fucking go, just do your thing, you know.
Absolutely.
But for the people that, you know, that don't know what to do because they don't know what's here, and they just want to move out to Cali because it looks pretty out there, and that's where everybody's at, and that's the wave.
You're in it for the wrong reasons.
Man, Des Moines is such a fertile land, bro. Like, we have all these rich people moving here, you know what I mean?
It's like number one on, like, a ton of top 10 lists and everything.
So an example, let's say, well, I mean, not rich people, but people with more money than you, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But, so let's say people are moving here with some more money. You go downtown Des Moines, there ain't too much in there that caters to people with money.
Exactly.
You know, fuck around, build a restaurant like $801,000. The $801,000 is the only restaurant like that here that you can pay almost $120 per person. But start making stuff that starts catering to people with money, and I probably, you know, they're gonna start going out on the town.
And then they just they're getting ready to open that Brazilian meat.
Oh, yeah, over on Ingersoll. It's right down it's right down the street from Sakari.
Yep. So like that, I went to one of those places out in Florida. So and like that was like, I think we spent like $300 on a check or some shit. It was insane. But it's like, you know, people like, I would love to go to a place like that, but I can't because I'd have to fly and take a flight out there, go on vacation. You know, it's like, I don't want to have to do all that. But like if it's right across town, it's like, shoot, it's like, I think they said it was going to be like $37 a person or whatever, and you get unlimited meat and like salad bar, all that stuff. And it's like, somebody figured it out and brought it here. Like that's all that it takes. And I think that I think there's 2 of them opening. I think there's one opening in West Des Moines too, but it's like under a different chain. And then this one that's coming on to Ingersoll too. But I think that, you know, that's awesome that we're getting stuff like that though. You know, and I think that like, it's
like the rolled ice cream in Jordan Creek, man. Like,
bro, I haven't even been there yet. What's that shop called?
I don't know, dude. I haven't tried it. It's like it's pretty expensive. It's like $8 a bowl, something like that. Yeah.
I went to Smoothie King too. Have you had Smoothie King before?
Over which one? Over in West Des Moines?
Yeah. Yeah. I got like, I think I got the wrong thing, bro. I got like some like protein shake. Like I literally asked for like a strawberry banana shake, or not shake, but like
a smoothie.
Smoothie. Yeah, and they were like, "What kind?" And I was like, "What do you mean, what kind? Like there's multiple kinds here." Yeah. That's so like I don't know. It was interesting, but
shit. I mean. No, but yeah, like you're saying, like business. If you want to start a business, Des Moines is the place to start it.
Midwest,
but just make sure it's not one of the used up things already. Because man, there's more things to make out there. Let's say food. There's more things to make out there than sushi, tacos, and hamburgers. You know what I mean?
Exactly, pizza, like that.
There's so much more shit to make than that.
And like nowadays, like with everybody wanting to like eat clean, like I said, and everything, like those things really aren't that hard to make. Like the acai bowls, like it's like literally like frozen yogurt, and then it's like
some berries.
Yeah, like
it's just people are lazy to make it themselves.
Yeah,
they don't care paying $6.
So they would go somewhere for somebody to make it. Like it's not that hard. So like, you know, I think that, you know, I see even like the stuff, because I worked at Zombie Burger, like you know, but like I see like a lot of the stuff that they would buy, like for their for the shakes and stuff, like all the cereals and stuff, they just buy it off the shelves and stuff, and then they bring it into the store, and then they unbox it and everything. So it's like, you know, figure out, like, especially with food, it's like figure out something that everybody likes and that you personally like and you like to make. It's not that hard. It doesn't cost a ton of money to make. And just sell it. Like seriously, like the lemonade stand type of stuff, like that stuff works, bro. Like I remember like going to the fair. Even like the fair would be like a good place to start a little shop. Like getting into like what you were talking about with the like the food truck stuff. Like I've thought about that and doing that, and it's like, you know, there's a lot of money to be made in that, and all you gotta do is have a truck.
Like like I said, in Des Moines again. Des Moines is just bustling, bro. Like it's just. And you go downtown in the summertime, you see trucks everywhere, and people are gonna buy food off a truck because there ain't nothing else to do downtown. So why not go get some food? Go to the sculpture
like
park,
you know
what I mean?
Yeah, it's like giving that supply and demand thing. It's like, you know, nobody's wanting to drive across town to get some tacos when it's like 2 a.m. and they're outside of a bar. Like, if there's a truck right there, I'm going to go and buy some tacos out of the truck. Like, I haven't even tried them, but it's like I want to go out and just get it because it looks good, smells good, money's there. You know, it's like, you know, I think that you just got to learn the ins and outs of business. I don't even think you got to go to college or school for that. It's like...
But then again, bro, like, you know, I don't want to butt heads or anything, but you got to either you have it or you don't. It's that hustler's mindset. Yep. I know you have it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I have it yet. Fuck, we'll figure it out in the future. You'll figure it out, man. But if you're going to do anything in business and try to own your own business, run your own company or whatever, well, company's different. I'm saying, like, you know, make your own business completely. You got to be a hustler. You got to learn how to take some losses. And some people won't be able, you know, they can't do that, you know. Not everybody, they perfect.
And
not
I think
everybody
that,
can do that.
You know, you got to learn to start small. Start small, and if it picks up, it's dope. You know, like, that's why I feel like I've kind of dove into a lot of, like, I always tell people, like, that ask me, like, Nika, why are you, like, doing all these things, you know, like, you're, like, I'm glad that you're doing all these things or whatever, and I'm like, you know, I just don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. Like, that's my biggest thing that I've ever learned is, like, do not put all your eggs in one basket, because job security is not a thing anymore. It's not a thing, because, honestly, like, somebody could come along that has the same degree as you and has done the same thing that you've been doing, but they are willing to do the same work and same job as you for less money. You're out of the job. Like, regardless. Point blank and simple. Like, if I'm a business owner, I'm going to pick the person that can do the job the best, and I'm not going to have to pay them as much. Like, that's not, like, job security is not a thing anymore.
And, you know, like, that's the reason why I'm kind of, like, iffy right now about what the hell I want to do, you know what I mean? Because, like, I don't want to fucking, like, I don't want to go to fucking school, you know, spend X amount of money, get out, and still have to go work at a, you know, like a sushi place. Even though I have my degree, I can't find a job because they're filled, whatever. So it's more or less like, why the fuck don't I just become my own boss? Start my own shit.
Exactly.
You know?
And I think that, you know, that's the biggest thing too, is like the after college experience is like, I feel like a lot of people don't understand how to use their degree, and a lot of people were just told, once you go to college and you graduate, that's it. Like, that's all you got to do. And then they don't know what to do with the degree after that.
Like, it's...
So, like, people get, like, the goofy degrees in, like, psychology and, like, all this stuff, and then they're like, you know, I don't really want to do this, and it's like already their like senior year of college, and they're like, okay, like I'm just gonna graduate and get out of here, and then like I'll try to find a job that I like. Then they end up not liking any of the jobs that are listed that they're qualified for, and then it's like they settle for like a desk job. That's kind of like how America's kind of been like the last like couple decades. I feel like, you know, and I feel like that's what separates everybody from the middle class to the rich people. It's like the people that are going to school and all that stuff, like that's awesome, but you know, the ones that are going there just to have the job security, that's what's going to separate yourself from the people that are making billions and trillions of dollars, because those people are going to school and all that stuff. Some of them aren't even, but they're doing the same things that you're doing, but what they're doing is they're willing to risk it all to just have the possibility. And that's what things happen. Like, you know, you got to be willing to just put in the work and then, you know, risk it all if the time comes. You know, that's like the biggest thing. And that's what separates people from being in like a average life to living a lavish lifestyle. You know, it's like that's what separates yourself.
Like for me right now, you know, I'm not gonna put all my business out there, you know what I mean, but I really don't know what I want to do yet, you know. I kind of want to, I don't know if I would call myself an entrepreneur yet, just yet, but
I think that you are.
Do you think so?
Yep. Honestly, like I think I've talked about this on a podcast too, is like anybody that makes money off of their passion is an entrepreneur. Yeah. It's like a very foreign word, especially like when you're growing up.
It's
like,
a new word.
Yeah. It's like I'm not making millions of dollars, so I'm not an entrepreneur. If you're making $100, whatever, like if you're making a small amount of money off of something that you just love doing, that's an entrepreneur right there. Like, you know, me, like I go to the thrift store and I buy something and then I sell it for more money than what I paid for it. Like, see, like it's honestly like, you know, that's an entrepreneur. Like that anybody can be it. Anybody can be it. Yep. Hustle and entrepreneur are the same thing. Like that's what you got to learn is like just, you know, just go and
figure it out, bro. Like that, like it's you can't explain it. It's just like, because like you doing it, you don't realize what you're doing. Because it's natural, you know.
Yeah, because I've always like had that hustler's mentality. Like I know how to make money, and you know it works for me. And you know, there's months where like I'm not making as much as I'd like to, but it's like, you know,
it's all right. Money comes and goes, bro.
It comes and it goes. Like that's what I say too. Is like, you know, I'm gonna spend this amount of money on this. I know it's going to hold its value. And that's what I've learned, too, in, like, the past year is making smart purchases as well. That really helps, too. Because it's like, you know, if I can purchase something for, let's say, like, $300, whatever, right? This is going to hold its value until then. And then if not, it's going to go up, too. So, like, you know, just doing your research and figuring out, like, you know, what you're trying to buy or what you're trying to obtain is going to, like, hold its value and then go up from there. That's why, like, I buy nice things. It's like, you know, I've grinded out for it, and then I wanted this specific thing that I know is going to hold its value and it's going to make me money, and, you know, and then once it's time for it to go, then it's time for it to go, and I can get my money back. So, you know, that's the biggest thing about entrepreneurship, too. It's just, like, I watch so much videos, and I'm like a sponge when it comes to it. It's like, you know, taking the little nuggets and the little things that people say and just like, okay, this is what I got to do. I can apply that to what I'm doing with this. I can apply with that, with there. You know, just figure it out. Like, that's all that I'm trying to say with that.
Just figure it out. To everybody, just figure it out. It'll be all okay.
Absolutely.
Man, don't be tripping about the little shit that happens right now. We're only, 20, 19, 18 years old? Whoever's watching, whatever. We're young right now, just thriving, bro.
Exactly.
This is the best years of our life.
Exactly. And it doesn't even matter if you're 40. It doesn't even matter if you're 50. It doesn't even matter if you're 100, man. Like, you know, it is okay to not know what you're going to do with your life. That's life.
As long as, like, I mean, the way I see it, as long as you can live somewhere, get some clothes, and eat.
And see, even that, like, I've done a lot of research on, like, homeless people and stuff, and there's a lot of people that are okay with not having anything, you know? It's like, and there's a lot of people, like, I don't know if you've seen, like, those, like, people that, like, live in their vans and stuff, and, like, they build out vans and everything. You know, they're living with less, you know? And, like, the minimalist lifestyle and all that stuff, you know? It's just, like, figure out what makes you happy, and then that should be your goal. It's just do what makes you happy, and then keep moving.
And that touches upon, because, like, I've seen the same thing too. I watched this TED Talk one time, and it was pretty interesting too. It was an experiment, a research experiment around something like that, about 3 different types of people. You know, rich people, you know, just middle class people, and then poor people. Watch them over a span of 15 years. You know, after those 15 years, they asked the rich people if they were truly happy. You know, or didn't tests on them to see if they were truly happy, and it came out that they weren't. On the middle class people that, you know, whatever, they were all right. You know, they were okay. They could have had more, you know, whatever. But the poor people that didn't have, you know, that much, just lived. They were the happiest, and they asked them, you know, why are you so happy? It's like, man, I don't need much to be happy, as long as I have good relationships, you know, good friends, good people around you, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what, you know, a lot of people, man, like right now in this generation, dog, it's all about the money. Like, everybody cares.
It's all about that flex, man.
I don't really
understand
flex,
that,
man. Like,
because, like, that's why, like, I feel like in the last, like, 2 years, especially like after high school, I've learned, like, I don't really care what people think. Like, it's like,
people make money to buy shit to flex to other people on social media.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. And I think that the guy standpoint from it is like, you know, everybody wants to buy these, like, nice clothes and, like, wear this, like, Louis Vuitton belts and, like, all this stuff.
Everybody. I mean,
and it's like, it's cool. Like, that's cool.
Yeah,
if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But it's like, you know, they're doing that for not even, like, girls to, like, look at them and stuff. They're just, like, doing it for a flex. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I think that things have changed with that a lot. Yeah. And, you know,
like, man, like,
that's just, I don't know. I think that, like, that's not what I would spend my money on. And I think that I'm different in that aspect. And that's cool that they're different from me. And I think that everybody should be their own person.
I mean,
but
like,
it's like,
me, shit. I mean, I won't lie. I like clothes too. But I don't really spend a lot of my money on clothes. I want to start because I need to get my clothes game up. But it's not even for anybody else, you know?
Yeah.
It's for me. But anyways.
Look good, feel good. That's a good thing too.
But it's like, you know, it's wrong. You know what I mean? I think it's wrong personally. But do you. If you're happy doing that shit, go ahead, do it.
Do your thing.
You know what
I mean? I don't know. I think that I've kind of just like turned in all my like crazy outfits and stuff, and I just dress in like all black every day because that's like what I like to wear. Like when when I had like all the crazy outfits and the crazy shirts and like all this stuff, it was like I enjoyed wearing like a black hoodie, black sweatpants. It's like that's what I like, and that's what I'm gonna keep buying. So you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, and then I've always kind of been like that thrifter. So like, you know, it was like tough for me to like go to like a PacSun or like somewhere like that and like
so you've
spend
always
like
been a thrifter,
bro, yeah,
I didn't know that.
Ever since like I think that like 7th grade I went through like the name brand stage, but that was like for a year, and then after that, like, you know, when we were like everybody had like the Nike Elite socks and like all the Nike t-shirts and stuff like that was like my time for that, but like once like probably 8th grade, 9th grade, I started like hitting thrift shops like on a weekly basis, and then when I got my car I would literally go like every week. So it was like, you know, that. And then I liked what I was wearing, too, when I went to the thrift store. Like, it was like I found something that I could buy for, like, $3, $1, whatever. And then it would work. And I still have clothes that I bought in high school that I still wear to this day. And it's, like, it holds up versus, like, something that I paid, like, $70 for like, a T-shirt or some shit from, like, a PacSun or a Zoomies or something. And it's, like, I don't even wear it anymore because it's not my style anymore, you know? It's like, I don't know. I think that...
I don't think my style's changed too much. I don't really like to be all loud and stuff. I'm more of just...
And then, like, something that I used to pay, like, so much money for was, like, backpacks, too. I just have so many backpacks, and I'm like...
You remember Shoe Game Nico?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was, like, an interesting point in my life, too. But, like... You see, but then that was kind of like that hustler mentality for me then, too. And I didn't know it, you know? Because, like, I purchased all of them, but then I got my money back for all of them. So it was like, you know, that was a smart purchase on my point. Even though, like, I was spending a ton of money on shoes and stuff, and, like, I would literally just have, like 50 pairs of shoes just sitting in my closet.
Chucks. Air Forces not be okay,
bro. That's
Chucks, Air Forces,
I remember my first pair of Chucks and Vans that I got. Fell in love with them, and then that's when I like got rid of all my Jordans and all that stuff.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to get a couple Jordans. I just want a couple of them so I can, cause I like the Jordans. I never really owned a lot of them. I got 11s, but I fucked them up. But I want to get a couple. I want to get the new 11s that are dropping.
Oh yeah, those are. Oh man, I'm like so out of the game too. I'm trying to like picture what color are they?
They're the Concord.
The white ones. Concords. Yep, Concords.
They're high tops. They're the highest.
Yeah.
On the 8th, I think they drop December.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hype shoe too, because that's like what started like the whole shoe game stuff. But that's funny.
I saw these 13s the other day at Nike, bro. I think they're like the wheat 13s.
The wheats, yep.
They were clean.
Yeah.
Like they look like a fucking, like, they're just old head shoe. They're just 60 years old smoking a black and mild.
Yup.
You got the sweatpants on.
That's what, like, I feel like the 13s are. Though,
yeah, bro.
You know, it's like that's like the old boy shoe.
Yeah. That's just the OG shoe right there.
It's interesting stuff, man. People change, man. That's crazy. Like, looking back on that, it's like really weird how much has changed. Even since like that was like sophomore year of high school for me. It was like 4 years ago. Like
sophomore year of high school.
Yeah, and it doesn't even like seem like that long ago.
Bro, we graduated high school about 2 years ago.
I know. That's like mind-boggling for me. And then like Paul Walker died like 5 years ago yesterday. Like, that's so crazy, man. Like,
this time you gotta get your shit together, because these times
things fly, bro. College is like flown. Like, I'm already like 2 years in, and it's like, wow. Like, I feel like I was just in high school like yesterday. You know, it's just weird. It's weird how much things just fly. But we'll go ahead and get into the closing questions here really quick.
Shit, we're almost done.
I'm gonna kind of wrap it up a little bit here. All right. But so tell me a little bit about your future plans.
My future plans,
like anything like that's kind of sticking out.
Well, my plans change all the time. But I mean, it's all overall the same thing. You know, I'm just trying to kind of. I stopped really thinking about too far in ahead in advance. I just got a basic basic overview of what I want to do. You know, I just want to make some money. I don't really want to be too forced on making my decision based on somebody else. I want to make my own money. I want to be my own boss, but I really don't know too much yet how I'm going to do that. But I just know that, you know, right now I took a semester off to make some money. I'm working as a car. I'm a chef over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm probably going to go to school, finish. I just want to get my 2 years done now. So I can just, because I mean, you make $20,000 more a year with just your associates, and it don't even fucking matter what it is.
Facts.
And then I just want to have it, even though I'm not going to do anything with it. Maybe, you never know, I might do something with it, you know.
Well, and then especially like those credits that we had in like IESA and like all that stuff.
That's the reason too. It makes it real easy to get that 2 year quick.
Yeah, because it was like you probably could have done that. Like if you played your cards right, you probably could have gotten that done this semester and then been out. But you know, I think that it's awesome to like take a semester off and figure out like who you want to be.
Because when I was at Kirkwood, I was still young as shit. You know, you saw me, man. I was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But now coming back, because, you know, I came back to more last year, and it's matured me a lot. And I feel like I can go back to school now and be on my shit, you know. And like I'm just more of a mature guy now. Like I'm more of a man now.
I think that it takes like I feel like I've learned a lot just moving away, and like especially like moving away and then knowing that I miss home too. That's like one of the best things I feel like I've done, even though like, you know, I spent a lot of money doing it, you know, especially for, like, an apartment, like, in Iowa City is, like, absolutely
it's all right.
insane.
It's an experience, bro.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's what it takes, you know. And then I feel like I'm going to be so happy once I get back here, be able to hang out with my friends on a weekly basis and stuff, you know. It's cool. I feel like, you know, that's the biggest thing that I would tell anybody is, like, go away from where you were from and your norm almost, and then learn who you are as a person, and then you'll figure out that like you miss home, you miss like all the things that were before, and you know, because like when I was graduating high school, like I wanted to get out, like I wanted to get out of here, and you know, I think that it took that, like I was thinking about going to college like way out of state, and then
weren't you talking about California?
Yeah, I was like California was like the spot for me, and then it was like, you know, once like junior year, senior year hit, when you were like really talking about college, it was like, okay, I could go there, but it's gonna cost so much money.
Roommates.
And it's like that's the way the cookie crumbled, man, and it was cool, man.
That's the story.
And I wouldn't change anything. Like I would not change anything because it's like everything happens for an absolute reason, and I think that, you know, in a few years I can look back, me and you having this podcast, you know, just knowing that like I'm happy doing what I'm doing,
what you're doing,
you know. And I think that that's the biggest key to life, is just figuring out what it is that makes you happy, and I feel like that's all that I'm trying to do with my future too, is like just doesn't matter if I'm making $100,000 a year. It doesn't matter if I'm making $10,000 a year. It doesn't matter if I'm making $1 million a year. I want to just be happy. And I think that money doesn't buy happiness. Like, it just doesn't.
It doesn't buy happiness, but it buys some things that can make you happy a little bit. But I mean,
there's a lot of people that aren't happy that are rich too.
That's true. It just but it also depends. I feel like, oh shit, fuck, you're straight, bro. You're straight. I also think like it's more or less of the type of person that you are. Because if you let the money cloud your mind away from what makes you happy and the things that are really truly important besides that money, then everything's gonna go to shit, frankly, you know. But if you're a person like yourself, you know what I mean, that knows the true values in state and are making some money and are humble about it, you're straight, you know what I mean. You'll continue to be happy, but don't let that money control you, because if you let that money control you, man, it's not, you know, you will not be happy. Your mind will be just on that money, set on that money. And
bro, and then I think that like I'm almost like scared to become rich, because like, you know, I feel like it's gonna happen for me, like just the way that like my ducks are in a line right now. I feel like it's gonna happen like one day or another, but I think that, you know, I want my kids to grow up how I grew up, you know, and like having a handle on like what life is. And I think that that's what kind of scares me a little bit, is like, you know, I don't want to make so much money and like change up
Be one
my
of those
living
people.
environment, because like even though I'd be humble about it, I feel like I don't know if my wife and kids would be on that. You know what I mean? So like it's, I don't know. That's what I kind of think about. Like, even though I don't really think about the future like so much, but you know, like that is kind of something that's in the back of my mind.
But you want to know something though? That's all in your hands, because like you can make an X amount of money, but it depends on, you know, the house that you buy, the cars that you buy, where you live.
Yeah, I'm definitely like, I want to raise my kids here. Like, I want to raise my kids here. Like, I grew up here, and it taught me so much. You know,
I'm probably gonna be here. You know, you'll see me out there on the south side.
Absolutely,
fucking 40 years old. Oh shit, it's dumb.
Be running the man. I don't know, bro. The freaking sports programs and stuff too. I want my kids to be into sports and stuff too. But
so where are you gonna send them down, Lincoln?
Man, I'm sending them to Lincoln, bro. You got me twisted for that, man. There ain't no way I'm spending that type of money. Like, it's a good education, but it's like, you know, all those kids, like, they just don't understand. They don't understand diversity. Like, I mean, there was, like, I would go to Dowling. Like, I think I've told you this. Like, I would go to Dowling, like, during the school year and stuff. I love all those kids and everything. But, like, they would say to me, like, Nico, you go to Lincoln?
Off the wall.
Have you ever gotten shot? I was like, what?
What did they hear over there?
I was like, what? Like, what are you guys talking about? Like, are you, like, it's like, they do not understand.
No, they
and
don't.
it's like, you know.
They think the South Side is like fucking Chirac.
It's like this foreign land to them. Bro. It's like a war zone or something.
My kids, I'm going to treat them like how I was raised. Shit. I'm not going to get them. I'm not getting them a phone. That shit's stupid in my opinion. I think
the phone would be like 7th grade, or like when they're like walking home from school. That's like the time.
Like when I got my fucking phone, is when you're gonna get your phone, man. Like,
I got my phone in like 5th grade, but it was like a pay-as-you-go phone, and it could like only call, and it'd be like 5 cents a minute or something.
Imagine your kid 7 years old, 8 years old on social media,
and it's got like an iPhone,
looking at or not even social media, but having access to whatever they want in this world right here. That's gonna cloud. First of all, that's gonna interfere with the way you're parenting them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just gonna.
Because they can look up anything.
Yeah, anything. They can see how other people are acting and get influenced by, you know.
And I think that it's tough for that though, because, you know, I'm gonna parent my kids a certain way, but there are other people that parent their kids way different, and they give them a phone whenever they can and stuff, and then
my kids
they bring it to school, and then
my kid's gonna want one. He's gonna think he's less than, but hey, I'm gonna teach that little fuck. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let him know. You know,
life is like it's
way more than this, bro. Like, this is simple too. Like, it put me in perspective of how to think about shit. And I was like, wow, of how like crazy this is right here. I was at Hy-Vee buying dog food for my little homie Rocco. I was just sitting there, and I started looking at the toys, and this guy, older black gentleman, comes up, and he starts talking. He's like, my dog will rip the shit out of that. And we just had a 12-minute conversation talking about dog toys, his dog. You know, we had the same dogs, woo. But it was just a 12-minute interaction, bye, you know. And I started thinking, like, people don't be interacting like that anymore with strangers out and about in person anymore, bro. Yeah. Like, you don't, it's crazy. Just like that, random. Boom.
Yeah. And I think that I've talked about this with, like, my mom a little bit, is, like, I feel like being a guy and being, like, a bigger guy, it's, like, intimidating, especially for, like, the female population. Especially, like, if it's, like, wintertime and, like, you got a big-ass coat on and you're walking down the street. You know, I love helping people. Like, that's my thing, you know. But I think that, you know, like, if I see somebody that's, like, car is broken down and it, like, happens to be, like, a woman or something, I'm not going to go over there and knock on the window for her, because it's, like, you know, I'd love to help her, but it's, like, I don't want to, like, put anything bad. Like, I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable and everything, you know. So it's, like, you know, that's how much the world has changed.
That's what I was going to say, especially how the way the world works now, you know, everything's just a bunch of bullshit, and it's just,
I don't know, it's just tough, man, because it's like you want to be like this good person, and you want to, like, just help anybody that comes across from you, because, like, I love all people, man. Like, as long as you don't, like, hate on a person's existence or something like that, I'd love to have a conversation with you at least, you know.
I mean, I'm the same way. Like, that's why I love my job as a car so much, bro, because the most random people be sitting in front of me at Sakari, and I'll just be chopping it up with them.
Absolutely.
Like the other day, this couple came in and they're just moving. It started a conversation with them. You know, how you doing? You guys got any, basic shit. You guys got any questions about this? Like, well, and they told me, like, well, this is our first time here. We're actually moving here from Minneapolis. I was like, oh shit! And it was just cool to meet somebody, another group of, another person, another entity, that's moving.
They could have been from anywhere.
Yeah,
could have been from right across town or whatever. I mean,
but they're new. They're new. They're
awesome.
Part of the community now. Coming to Sakari, first time ever, man. So and I think that's why I want to, I've been thinking, like I told you about the food truck, I want to do something with food, because that's an experience that they'll probably never forget.
Absolutely.
The first time in Des Moines.
Yeah.
Eating at
Bro, and then
Sakari.
that ambiance thing, too. I think that, Zombie Burger and stuff, especially, I feel like they've got it kind of figured out, because it's people remember, the deep fried mac and cheese burger and stuff,
Yeah, because you worked at Zombie Burger. That's another big spot in Des Moines.
Yep.
That's
and then,
crazy. We both worked
sushi.
at Sakari is one of the top restaurants.
That place is so good, bro. Shout out to Sakari, man.
Bro,
shout out to Zombie Burger.
Shout out to Sakari and Zombie Burger. Shout out to my bosses.
Yeah, you already know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's the food thing is you have to make one thing that everybody's gonna remember you by, and when they come to the spot, they're like, I saw this on Facebook, I saw this wherever.
Bro,
and
I got some ideas. I'm going to share them with you.
Write it down, man. Write it down.
It's not going on this, because y'all can't be taking my ideas,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Yeah. But, man, just, all in all.
Run with it and thrive with it.
Run with it, test it out, don't work, throw it away, start again.
Absolutely. So, another closing question, just kind of piggybacking into this. So, what do you feel like is one thing that you have to do in life? Do you feel like there's one thing that sticks out? Yep, that you have to do in life. When it's all said and done, you're laying on your deathbed, this is the one thing where you're sitting there and you're reflecting and you're I'm so glad that I did this with my life.
Really? All right. Then this became apparent to me probably after my experiences with some, you know what I'm talking about. I want to leave a legacy behind my last name. I want to leave an empire behind me. You know what I mean? Regardless, that's what I'm, my plan is to get, you asked me earlier about my plan. Now it's, coming to me. I want to make money. I want to do something little, make money, but I want to be known. I want my last name to be known. I want, people to know my family, my, everything, my heritage, everything about me. But not on some celebrity shit. That's dead.
Yeah.
I don't want people to know my everyday life.
I want to be humble and
I want my life, not my life, but my name, my last name, to be known and have something good behind it.
Absolutely. That's
and you're 2220, change the world. You know what I mean? That's one thing that I want to accomplish before I die. I want people to know that's Dominic Dominguez right there. That's his family. That's so and so.
Yeah, and I think that just comes with not being afraid to do something. To
because
go out and do it.
And the crazy thing about it, it's more or less because you go to Mexico, where my family's from. Everybody knows our family. Everybody is everybody knows my dad, my parents, their last name. Who the fuck they are. Here in Des Moines, in Iowa, nobody really knows too much about us.
Unless if you're from a small town, then everybody knows everything about you. But
on the south side, I know everybody. But it's more, I want to get, I want to be known global. I want the things that my family will do and that they've done, I want there to be global. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I said, I want to build an empire, bro. Taking all my homies with me.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
It's low key. People don't see it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then that's a beautiful segue into the next question that I have. So this is a question that I ask everybody on the podcast. I'm pretty sure that you've probably seen it. But I want you to imagine that there's a copy of the New York Times written right here. And I have it in my hand, okay? And then it's written from 10 years from now. The cover page is a picture of you. And there's an article written about you. What is this cover page? What's the picture?
The title.
And then what is the article written about you? What does it say in this article?
Most interesting man.
Most interesting man.
That's the title I'm going for right there. The most interesting man. I want to dabble in everything, you know what
Absolutely.
I mean? I want to just talk about, like I said earlier, you know, about who I am, what I came from, and the things that I was surrounded about growing up, and what I was able to build. You know what I mean? I want to be known for I don't want to be known for one thing. I want to be known for multiples.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about earlier today before the podcast, you know, that's why you dabble in so many little things. Because you don't want to put all or in the podcast, matter of fact, you don't want to just throw all your eggs in one basket. You want to dabble in everything. And that's worth, I saw this saying. So you know the saying, jack of all trades?
Yep.
So I think I found the full version of that saying. I forgot exactly what it said, but what it means, what it was meaning or saying is that jack of all trades, but I think it's better than a master of one. So being able to know a lot of things is better than just being. It's more better for you to be better at just one thing and shitty at all the others.
Damn.
Than to be average at everything possible.
Yeah.
Is a lot better than that.
Dude, and like, average makes money. Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Like, there's that saying with like the people that are in your college classes that are like getting the C's and the D's and everything that are the next billionaires. So it's like, you know, don't be afraid to like be on top of like the one thing that you're trying to do, you know, just like go into everything, and then if one thing takes off, another thing will take off, another thing will take off, you know. It's like, don't be afraid to do something different than everybody else is doing.
The thing that I want to do that you're probably already doing a little bit is I want all my things that I'm good, like that I'm average at, to line up and work cohesively together. You know, that's what I want to do.
Absolutely, man. Dominic, I appreciate you, brother.
You already know, homie.
I appreciate you, man. You got anybody that you want to shout out on the podcast or anything?
So, shout out to all the homies, the squad. You know who the squad is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Darren. Go check Darren's music out.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to
Darren Rucker, man.
Darren Rucker, check that man's music out. Prince, check his beats out.
Yes, Prince, man. I'm gonna get Prince on the podcast. I'm gonna get Darren on the podcast. I gotta get everybody on the podcast.
Shout out Isaac, the homie. Shout out
Isaac
Drew,
Scott,
the homie.
Drew, George, man.
All my homies, Richie, Hunter, all them fools.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man. Shout out everybody. You know, hope everybody doing all right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I appreciate you having me out here.
I appreciate you for coming on and sacrificing
Will
your
be the last time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I'd love to get you back on in a few years and see what everything is kind of transpired. Even later, like next year, you know, get some stuff in the works, man. But I want to thank everybody for tuning into this week's podcast. I know it was a little bit longer. We're rolling for like an hour and 10 minutes. But, you know, that's time, man. That's time flies, bro. Yeah, exactly, man.
Hey, bro, what I tell you?
Exactly, bro. But, you know, I want to thank everybody for just tuning into the podcast. Make sure to share out Dominic's story because, you know, everybody's going through something different, and that's the beautiful thing about life, and like the people that you pass by on the street, and just the friends that you have that are surrounded by you. You know, everybody's going through something different. Everybody should have the opportunity to share their story on here. For me as well, like I'd love to get anybody in the world to just come on here and share their story. That's the beautiful thing about the Truth Podcast. So if you guys are passing by somebody on the street, start a conversation with them. You know, you never know what you're gonna figure out about somebody in just a short little conversation.
You never know, man.
Exactly. But my name is Neek Robinson. I will catch you guys in the next episode of the Truth Podcast. Take it easy, everybody. Peace. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.